Hey, there's so many layers I skipped.
I don't want to talk about this.
Hey, wait, the advice was
Okay.
don't ever do that.
I know. Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Kenya.
Welcome to the This and That Chat.
Why don't you talk about your hat?
Talk about my hat. My Toy Story alien hat.
Yes.
What are they? Are they just aliens
Yes.
from
They
the?
could. I don't know that they can see your shirt.
From the claw machine. Yeah, they can see it. Toy Story. I had this hat specially made
Because you found a guy.
because I found a guy, and I've had 3 hats made with him. Phenomenal.
Because you like to match.
Yes.
So now you found someone to feed.
To feed the beast. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
Because you can send him any design that you want. And you know what I imagine that he has is something like a Cricut.
Well, he has an embroidery.
Yeah,
machine.
but with Cricut, you just feed it whatever design you want, and it prints out for you something for you to like a stencil or a sticker. Or
yeah,
whatever.
but this is what he does. This is a business. He does shirts and jackets.
I know, but you can send him anything. Mm-hmm. It's like I got a girl at work. She works on the other side, where she makes
the pins.
badges.
The badges.
Okay. Well, it's the real for your badge, right? And she has discovered a way of making it very heavy duty. So, because you're constantly pulling on it and all that stuff, and it feels like she's making it out of the hook that a heavy duty tape measure would have. All right, and then there's Velcro because you can make them interchangeable, or they can be solid. All right. And you can give her any design you want. That's the design that's going to be printed because she's just feeding it,
Right.
cutting it, and then
putting it in there.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool because sometimes.
Well, he sends me the proofs. So there's like computer and like all kinds of stuff with it. And he's sent me video of the machine, like actually like poking through.
That's amazing.
Do you remember, were you with me? Yeah. When we went to Vegas, we went to was it the ERA store?
ERA.
Yeah. The hat store. Lids. Was it Lids?
There's a store called ERA.
I don't know.
I feel like there's something close to that, but there's not.
There's an ERA store.
Is there?
Yeah, but I can't remember if that's. I think it was Lids. We went upstairs and they had the machine where the hats were being like made. That's what he's using.
Well, I'm saying there has to be different types of embroidery going on because there is another place that I know of where you can buy shirts or jackets or sweatshirts from them, okay, from their choices, and then they will embroider I told you that wasn't off.
I turned it off. It's not my phone.
No, but it's a computer.
I'd never turn off the computer.
No, the computer has to be like not silenced.
I don't know
That
how to do
sounded
that.
very loud. Like, I don't think that's coming from your phone. Is it coming from your phone?
No. I don't know how to turn. I've never ever turned off the computer.
Well, anytime I get a text message, it's going to ring through. And I'm going to get a lot.
look,
I have
it's-
1, 2, 3 text messages already.
Okay, but it's on night. It's turned off. There's no sound. Hold on.
Who knows? We have lots to unpack
There we go.
today.
Anyways,
Did you find something
I don't
to
know.
turn it off?
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you're gonna get a bing in the middle. That's gonna be our notification to change the subject.
You imagine? I think there's actually some sort of either it's a game that's imagined in my mind Gosh, I'm sorry. See, I'm trying to quiet down the text messages, and I just messaged. I'm trying to message in Spanish, and I sent so instead of si.
Always.
Always, because the phone obviously is going to change it to you.
Anyways.
But I think there's where they ring a bell, and then
And you
you've
have
got
to
to
change,
switch
yeah.
something. Is that actually a thing, or is that an imagined game?
Whose line is it anyway? That's the show.
Oh, okay.
Every time they hit the bell, you got to change.
All right,
Somebody else comes in.
But what I was going to tell you about the embroidery is that you can give them your hospital name, and if they have it, then they can do it on your shirt to be your hospital logo. So my thing is, this guy, you can send him anything and he can print anything for you, but these people can't. There's apparently could be a medical center that they don't have it in their system. Well, if you
send them the logo.
No, they don't have an option for you. It's
I'm saying this guy. He's creating the...
Well, obviously, but I'm saying, like, you just have to send him a picture.
Right.
From one of your shirts for Star Wars. You took an area of the shirt and you said, I want this thing to be on my hat. And he extracted that and printed it on your hat. Right. But these people can't do the same thing for your medical center.
They just don't want to.
Right.
Because it's extra work. They just want it simple.
Or is it because some things maybe need permission and he's doing it without permission?
Oh, he's definitely doing it without permission.
Yeah.
100%. There's no way that I looked on the internet for this guy up and down and found nothing.
Nothing.
And then
there was an old hat that had been printed a while ago.
And this guy in less than a week had a hat sitting on my front porch.
And a great price too. Mm-hmm. Great quality.
Yep.
He definitely has. I don't even know if we should give him a shout out in case somebody wants to check out, his hat stuff.
I'm gonna have to put it on. I know it's Nunez embroidery.
I just think it would be nice, like,
hold on,
if somebody wants, because think about it, if you or someone that loves hats, what a great gift to give them a hat that you cannot find online, right? Yeah, this is a one-of-a-kind hat that you designed because maybe the image exists out there, but a hat like that, and he has trucker hats, fitted hats, snapbacks, curved, whatever you want, he can make it for you. Which so and the price is incredible.
Yeah, it's Nunez_embroidery. So no special characters.
So at Nunez.
NUNEZ_embroidery. That's him
amazing
on Instagram. And all I do is I
and tell him Peter sent you.
I just sent him.
You can put code Peter10 for 10% off.
Don't do that, bro. He's gonna be like 10% off. I didn't say nothing about that.
They told me to give you Peter 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
first,
hold on.
Can we break?
Hold on.
Can we?
Yeah. Let's talk about where we've been.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad we're on the same page. Okay. Hold on.
So
we've been missing. To me, it feels like we've been gone a whole year, and we're back now. This feels like the this and that chat.
Well,
0.3.
Oh, hold on. Let's be fair. We haven't been gone a year.
It feels like it.
But we did resurrect from the dead.
Okay, but it feels like it.
Yes.
It feels, and you know what? Internally,
mm-hmm.
If it wasn't because of everything that has happened, I would say that you orchestrated this.
Why? Because I had talked about the whole thing?
Because you had talked about wanting to...
What a disaster.
To skip a couple weeks because you wanted the 100th episode to land on a specific date. Like, you had this whole thing, and I was like, no, I want to record. Like, there's things that we have to talk about. I keep sending myself notes about, we need to talk about this on the podcast, right? And life... Not even life, bro. I don't even know. Like, I feel like the universe hit us.
The last time that we recorded...
We were in an accident with the universe or something. I don't know.
The last time that we recorded, the Dodgers had just made it to the World Series.
Is that really?
Yeah.
They had just made it to the World Series.
I had opened with the Dodgers are going to the World Series.
That's right.
And then we held that episode...
This was the ground beef kerfuffle?
Yeah. So we
Oh
we
my
held
God.
that, or I held that episode, not on purpose.
Okay, and
But
I want
took-
to explain
it
to
took-
people
hold
because
on.
I've gotten a lot of messages.
Yeah.
Where's the upload?
Yeah. So we ended
That
up
week-
uploading it a couple weeks later. Bro, that
I have the
was-
timeline. I
it
have
was-
the timeline.
Okay, go.
The first week that was supposed to be uploaded, you worked super late. All of those days. And when it came time to Wednesday and I told you, hey, the upload, you were like, I just don't feel like it, right? It was late.
I was
you
dead.
it was
long.
like dinner and sleep. That's pretty much what our day looked like. And then so you said, I'm gonna do it Saturday. Lo and behold, Saturday never happened. But Saturday couldn't happen
because we were on a plane.
because we were on a plane. So you were supposed to leave it uploaded for Saturday.
It was supposed to go up.
No,
right
I think that
before-
we decided, wait, we're going to be gone anyway. Let's just save it for next
Right.
week, right?
Right.
And then
next week came and it was busy.
and I don't know if we had talked about it in that episode. Do you still listen to our episodes?
Mhm.
Okay. Did we talk about the fact that we were going on a crazy weekend trip to
I think
the Carolinas?
I want to say we mentioned it. I don't remember. Either way, we decided that we were going to make a like up and back Saturday morning at 5 a.m. flight, and then back on Sunday night flight to the Carolinas. We went to your brother's Halloween party, and we spent some time up there in the land, and it was just like
And
it was
so
just a
before we
crazy.
went-
it was just like one of those crazy things.
Before we went, my
Mm-hmm.
sister had told me, one of my sisters had told me, my kids are sick. They have a cold. We have the sniffles. She always gets upper respiratory stuff and sinus stuff. So she always sounds really bad when she gets sick, right? And I was like, we're not going because there's a cold. Okay, we're going. And I don't think that we talked about this, but prior to that, we'd had a rough couple weeks because I had gotten the flu shot and I had a really bad reaction to it. And it took all this time for us to come out of where we
Right.
were.
Just to get
So-
functioning again, and then we got on this plane and we went up there.
So I'm no longer able to get the flu shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, come to find out. They're like flu shot at work, right? So when I go to submit my stuff for the flu shot, I haven't told you this. When I go to submit it, there's usually you have to upload the documents and all that stuff. And it only tells me to enter where I had it done, what date I had it done, and that I'm attesting I had it done. That's it. And I'm like, wait, I didn't upload documents. What's going on? So I went to my boss and I said, hey, I'm trying to submit my stuff to be on time and all that stuff, but it's not giving me the same thing it's giving me every year. And they're like, oh, because this year we decided to make it optional. And it's an honor system. So we're taking your word. If you say that you got it, we're taking your word for it. The
I
end.
blame the flu shot for starting the disaster that has been the last 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, it's almost been a month, actually.
But I'm saying, like, yeah, because this week we were good. This week, I think, was the first week.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Let's work through that, right? But it was very scary what happened. It has had lingering effects for me, and we were contending with all of that, and then we went on this trip. But I'm thinking the worst is behind us. At least we have the flu shot, right? So if they have the flu, we're good, right?
Yeah, and we were up there. We did not.
We saw the boogies.
Yeah,
We
did
heard the
not
sneezes
protect
and the coughing.
ourselves in any special way.
How can you?
Because
the whole
we were just
family's
like, yeah,
getting together.
Everyone's dropping.
right?
Everyone's dropping like flies.
The baby. What do you mean
And-
dropping like flies?
They were all getting sick,
No, honey.
little bits and bits.
No, it was just the one family that was sick.
I know.
I'm saying we were all together, hanging around in a small
what I'm
space.
saying is they all started dropping. They all didn't get sick at the same time.
Yeah, no, but it was pretty. No, it was pretty fast.
Yeah, but
It
I'm
was
saying
within. I would
Goodness
say within
gracious. Go.
48 hours.
Just go.
I feel like you and I were talking about two different things,
No,
and
we're
we
not.
sort of yes.
No.
I was talking.
Just move on.
Oh my god!
You're-
but
you're
I want to
driving-
clear it up.
You're driving this one. Go.
I want to clear it up.
Go.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that it was making its way down the line.
All right.
That's all I was saying. But you were like, no.
Because it was.
It was.
All right. It doesn't matter. The point is, everyone got sick eventually. Okay. That's except my parents. They escaped.
Except your parents.
Okay. They only got a couple sniffles, which honestly is good because I feel like every time that they get sick, they get really sick. So it's good that they didn't. They escaped. I don't know how. But it made its rounds, and to this day, I think you might be. No, I still hear you.
I still have my cough.
Right. I still have a cough.
My cough did not go away.
So,
but it's more of a.
So next Tuesday will be a month that we would still have a cough.
Yeah, for me, I feel like the cough is like a residual scratchiness in my throat. But I think because we were coughing so hard, who knows the damage that we did to our throat? And I think it's still healing from all that heavy.
I mean, TMI. But like I coughed so hard that there was like skin from my throat.
Yeah.
That was like, it was bad. It was a bad cough. It was terrible. To the point where at least for almost 2 weeks, I had to sleep in an L shape. I could not lay down flat. Mm-hmm. The only thing I could do was pile up these pillows and sleep in a tower. It felt like to me.
It was like
no voice.
So
we got
Sunday-
laryngitis
Sunday-
from it too.
Sunday morning, sitting on your mom's couch, I was like, I think I'm feeling it. And from Monday, we didn't go to work on Tuesday.
We didn't go to work Monday.
No, Monday we did go to work because I worked half a day, and then I felt like I was crashing. So I was.
That's true.
I was like,
you're right.
24 hours ahead of you.
I had a headache that started on Monday. It was
Right.
really intense.
So
really
I was
intense.
24 hours ahead of you. So whatever I was going through, you could look forward to it the next day because it was just.
But then we switched.
And then
remember?
we switched.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a spot there where I started
You were
to
kind
feel
of telling
better.
me, "Oh, be on the lookout for this is coming
Yeah.
next." And then I was
And
like,
then
"Hey,
all of a
have you
sudden
gotten
you were
this?"
like, "Hey,
and you're
has
like,
this happened?"
"No."
And you're like, "Oh, here we go."
But it's so funny because our family chat with my family turned into updates from everybody. How are you guys feeling? How is this? And right before we left, it was so funny because one of our nieces, she just randomly, out of nowhere, says, "I'm not sick." It was like, nobody asked you. Nobody's
Yeah.
talking about it. Why did you just say that?
That's just because they.
And the
you
look
could
on
just
her
see it.
face, her eyes were like,
It was bad. It was bad. I in my 44 years
I don't think I've ever seen you so sick.
have never been this sick.
And I can't remember ever feeling so sick. The energy
brutal.
plummeted to zero.
No, and then you try to do
we
anything.
couldn't taste anything.
Yeah. We would. So I went to work. I didn't go to work Tuesday or Wednesday. You went back to work on Wednesday.
I did.
When I went back to work on Thursday, I went in my truck. I literally just supervised my guys. I did not work. I just was there. But I took like 3 naps in the truck. I was just making sure that things were happening.
And I
Friday
should
was the
have taken.
first
I
day.
should have taken Wednesday
You should have
off
taken Wednesday.
because Wednesday for me was patient, sit down, patient, sit down,
Yeah.
and it was just longing for lunch to come. Just so I didn't even eat. I just slept, and I didn't feel hungry at all.
Mm-hmm.
The cough. If you had a headache and you're coughing, it's just worse. It was like the cycle of you can't even breathe.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, it was so on Friday I would work and I was on the machine and there were times where I just had to stop and sit down and just
you're so fatigued.
because I was just like I was dying. It was just, I felt like I was just going, like,
Yeah, there were a
going
couple
bad.
times where I felt like I could pass out.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal. And then that weekend, that following weekend, we went to see the kids.
No, we had a weekend in between.
We had a weekend in between.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God we did.
And that weekend we were going to record.
Yes.
I said let's, but the cough was
Right, but
ridiculous.
we
We,
were-
talked,
yeah, I remember
and it
that.
was just
So
explosive cough.
Saturday, it was Halloween.
No, we were supposed. Oh,
Friday
it was
was
the World
Halloween.
Series.
Yeah, Friday was
Yeah.
Halloween.
We did not.
We didn't go outside.
First year ever.
Yeah.
We put a sign outside, but actually it was because it was World Series.
Yeah,
game,
but we would not have survived out there.
game 6.
Game 6.
Yeah. No, we
We
would
would-
not
there was
have,
no way-
especially
no way.
with any wind, anything, any being outside. It just
It
the
would have
energy,
been right either to be handing out candy as sick as we were, you imagine?
right?
Like,
And that's one thing that we did discuss in the family was how highly contagious it was because yeah, we were all together, right? And then the moment that everyone left, everyone started reporting symptoms.
Yeah.
You know, so
and it was
who knows
all,
how long
it was
we
all
were
the
contagious
same-
for.
It was all the same symptoms. Like, we knew.
Yeah. The
Every-
only thing
everyone
we
went down the
didn't
line.
get that some got, because not everybody got it either, was fever.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah. You know,
I could, I don't know.
but it was insane to me because it felt like we would get little bursts of energy and then we could do something. In fact, that Saturday, right? It was November 1st. We had it on our calendar. We were going Christmas shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to go pick up medicine anyway. And at this point, we were on prescribed cough medicine.
Yeah.
Because it was so bad. So we were both, you know, at least who knows how much worse it would have been.
That's when we went to Target? Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm going to say that maybe we were out 30 minutes and we were
It was funny.
done.
We were
Leaning
at Target.
on the cart
Yeah.
like we're dying.
We were at Target and we were shopping the most wonderful aisle in the world. And we looked at each other. And
People are like, what? What's the most wonderful
they know.
aisle in the world?
They know. If you know, you know.
Nobody knows, bro.
Not to the
You
extent.
have been very quiet. You see, every time we bring it up, you're like, shh.
When it's ready, they will see it. Anyways, so we looked at each other and we were like, we are done. We need to go home. It needs to be the end of this. But we had to still go do groceries. And I looked at you and I'm like, Instacart, we are going home. We're done.
And
We're
yet
done.
we didn't.
We had stuff to do.
No, I think we went to the store.
No, we went home.
Yes, because you wanted to specifically pick out the stuff for the soup, remember?
You're right. We decided to do the soup, the chicken soup.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good though.
Life-giving.
Yeah, life-giving. So we ended up going to the store, but we forgot some stuff.
Yeah, and we ended
And
up
you had to end up in
Yeah.
the Instacart.
because we're barely there.
Our minds were not there. We were barely there. So then, let's see, where are we? So then we had our first week where we kind of were back at work, but we could still, like, we still had stuff going on. We still were not at 100%. And we were really trying to get to 100% because on Saturday, we were going to see the kids. We were going to the Epcot, the Food and Wine Festival.
First time with them.
Yeah. So we were trying to get there and trying to make it to where we were able to like enjoy it. And we ended up going to the Food and Wine Festival, but
Well, because
I don't know that we were ready.
Well, I'm going to say, yes, I mean, I don't know about you, but that was just last week.
Yeah.
You know? But by Wednesday, I felt like there had been a shift.
Yes.
Where I no longer felt like I was so fatigued, right?
Right.
I felt my cough was definitely better. I think that by Wednesday I wasn't taking any more medicine because if I didn't need it, I didn't need it. And at that point, because that's really the only medicine we took, we didn't even take cold medicine.
No.
It was just for cough and sinus because of the headaches were horrible.
The headaches at the beginning were very, very bad.
So bad. But
thank God that my headaches ended by the time my cough started, because you had it overlapping, but a headache with a cough.
That's what I'm saying.
It was horrible.
That's horrible. Because then the more you cough,
for me with my umbilical hernia,
yeah,
having to like hold it every time that I coughed, like I aggravated it. I made a lot of
fall asleep, and then in the middle of sleeping, you wake up with a coughing fit.
Yep.
And I'm talking about coughing fits that leave you gasping for air.
Yeah.
It was very, very bad.
No, it was bad.
But then when we went to the Food and Wine Festival, the funny thing is that I specifically planned to go this weekend of November 8th. Well, one, because we had the UFC fight yesterday and we didn't want to do anything on that weekend. But the weather, amazing. Sweater weather, right? My ass, sweater weather.
Yeah,
okay, I'm sorry.
Hot.
Hot
it
is
was November 8th.
And it felt like August 1st.
It felt like August 1st. It was so hot.
And we were not the only people feeling it, because there were so many people who were looking for shade. Mm-hmm. And it just felt like the humidity was at 100.
The kids dressed thinking that it was going to be nice, because we had, I think that Tuesday, Wednesday.
Well, and they kept saying a cold front's coming.
Yeah.
Literally the next day.
The next day was coming, and it got down to like 50-something degrees for them up there 40. In Orlando, or 40-something degrees.
Yeah.
It was 50-something for us. And it snowed in the Carolinas. Like, it was a cold front, and we were just a couple days too early. But we dressed.
Thankfully.
Well, the kids dressed accordingly. You and I, thankfully, we were in shorts and we were in a more comfortable situation. But
and even then,
yeah, it was.
I
brutal.
think you could have been in a bikini.
Yeah, it was.
It was just there was.
But thankfully, because of the time change, by 3:00, 3:30,
you felt a big difference.
You felt a huge difference. Everything really did change.
I was actually concerned for you at the end of the day, because by the end of the day, you were extremely thirsty, and they always tell you there's things for you to look out for heat exhaustion.
Yeah. That
you can go from 1 minute to the other, from maybe something's going on to being critical. Okay.
To be fair, we didn't quite do drinking around the world.
I know,
but I did drink a lot more than what I normally do drink.
Yeah. So you would say that you were more dehydrated.
I was more dehydrated than I normally am.
And like there was, when you're overly exposed to the sun, your stomach isn't right. Mm-hmm. You feel nauseous. Well, I mean, that's really bad.
Not bad. Not like that.
You feel nauseous.
But I'm saying I'm out in the sun every single day. So I must have probably just.
You always tell me, though, that it sneaks up on you when you're not working.
It does. Because I've always said that for me, I'm in the sun gradually from 7:00 in the morning. So I'm gradually getting into the height of the heat, and then I come off of it. But we
arrived at 11:30.
11:30. So, we were in AC. We had breakfast. It was like, we're just la la la, whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, like oven, So
it was so bad.
So it was just that didn't help. And we drank water. We were making sure we were drinking water and all that kind of stuff. But it was not enough water.
No, it was just
nowhere close.
No,
nowhere close.
We were losing it faster than we were. I mean, the sweat.
Yeah.
It was just drenching
and drenching down our back.
It was
awful.
Goodness. It was awful. I mean, so on one hand, people asked me, "Did you have a good time?" Yeah, we had a good time because it was Epcot, and we haven't been there in over a year. It was with our kids. It was Mike's birthday. So there was a lot of things that were going on. However, it was also atrocious. And it's terrible because I feel like...
And it was a holiday weekend. Which made it impossible at the park. We rode one ride. One, that's it.
Because the wait times
Everything
were
else was just, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Terrible. It was terrible,
And when you go to the Food and Wine Festival, the main thing that you're doing is you're going for the food and for the drinks and that's part of the whole.
But I'm going to be honest with you about something. I feel that other times there has been sort of a leisurely, like, hey, whatever amount of time we take in China, and then we go to the next one, and we're just stopping at every booth and, shopping in every little corner. This time, I felt that I was so overcome by the heat that all I could think about was, okay, how many more stops do we have to make?
Bro, there were lines for the food that felt like rides.
Yeah. France was the worst.
France was horrific. It was brutal.
And the thing is, you and I have been to the festival when there's 2-3 people in line.
Yeah. It was, just so that you have an idea. We had the Guardians of the Galaxy was 160-minute wait. 160. That's 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You can't ride everything at the park.
Oh, and the lightning lane was sold out. Yeah, so yeah, we tried. But either way, even the kids, because we were pushing ourselves. We're like, we're going to go as long as we can, right? Even the kids were looking at me pleadingly like, we're good. We're done. Okay. And we ended up going out, having dinner, and it was late. Like everybody, we went to Target afterwards, and everybody was dragging themselves.
We went to Target because, let's talk a little bit about the Airbnb that we got. This, I think, has to be the best Airbnb
1,000%
that we've rented ever. And I hope that we can rent it again, because this is, like, when we go see the kids or we go up there, this is the place to go. The price was right. The space was amazing. The bed was phenomenal. The quietness of the area
and there's so much we didn't explore.
Yeah, we didn't explore anything there. Amazing shower, super hot water. Just the whole thing was incredible. If we wanted to hang out,
I don't know if it's a resort or whatever it is.
Yeah,
the community, amazing.
Yeah. If we wanted to just hang out at the apartment, it would have been phenomenal. We had a full kitchen for us to cook if we wanted to cook. Like, we had everything that we needed was right there. It was phenomenal. But it was so cold at night. And I sleep with a Snuggie.
Interesting. I didn't find it so cold.
Well, because you like the cold.
Oh, so I'm just hearing this for the first time, though.
I like to sleep with a Snuggie.
I wasn't hot. It was comfortable.
Yeah.
But you were,
yeah. So I didn't bring my Snuggie.
I feel like we packed.
I didn't bring
incorrectly.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not that we didn't pack.
I feel like this is all part of the sickness. So there was a lot of brain fog.
So I didn't bring a hoodie either. So I couldn't even substitute a hoodie, because you're like, oh no, bring your jacket. That way it looks nice with your shirt. I was like, oh yeah, good idea. Didn't bring a hoodie.
And normally I'm really good about planning things out for you.
The first night, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. And we ended up going to Target, and they had no Snuggie. They had no. I was like, we'll just buy one.
No hoodie.
And yeah, we're like, we'll put that in our travel bag. That way it just sits there, and I always have it whenever we go. And nothing. So we ended up in the world's best aisle again.
Finding some really cool things.
Apparently,
Target has different types of Legos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had some stuff that they only have there, and we got some really good prices because I guess they were discontinued in that store or whatever. But
we don't ask questions.
We went up to the front. And we're like, fix this.
And it's so funny because throughout the last, well, I would say in the very first 2 weeks, so much was affected, right? You're running out of time for the end of the year for your commitments, I guess, to certain contracts for your job, right? And so if you don't show up to work, things have to be somewhat rearranged
Yeah.
for your crew because some things you have to be there for. And so all of that, right, played a factor into it. And then just the lack of anything that we had, right? I felt like our entire life was disrupted during that time. And it was just every time something would come up, it was just whose idea was this?
Yeah. Yeah.
From
it was from our trip.
From our
Yeah,
trip.
whose idea was this?
Because we didn't even talk about this, but the flight left at 5 o'clock in the morning. Airport 3 a.m. Wake up somewhere at 2. We went to sleep at 1. Why? Because it was a World Series.
Yeah.
We had to stay up. And it made me incredibly sick. You know, so
Oh no, it destroyed
every
us.
time something happened,
You know, that may have played a factor in the fact that we got sick because we were so like our bodies were not rested. We got to
well, and still I think we were
got to the
recovering from the flu
Carolinas.
shot.
Yeah, we got to the Carolinas, got off the plane, ate breakfast at your brother's house, was picked up, went straight to
Bubba's game. Yeah.
Then we went back to the land, and we didn't stop.
No, and we knew that that's the kind of weekend we were going to have.
Yeah.
We knew that.
We are not teenagers.
And that's the thing. Every time our body kept reminding us
Whose
about that.
idea was this?
Whose idea was this, right? And it's so funny because I think initially that question was asked because it was your idea.
Yeah.
But then it was also my brother's idea. So then
Well, your
it
brother
kind
sent
of
me-
got
okay.
thrown around. Who's to blame? And
So
then it just
every
became...
single year without fail, your brother sends an invite. And every time he sends it to me, he goes, I know it's hard for you guys to get up here, but I always want to invite you guys just in case. And I didn't even respond to him. And I went and I was like, you know what? I just bought the tickets. I bought the tickets and I sent him a screenshot. I'm like, we fly in at 7 a.m. And he's like, this is fake. And I'm like, no, it's real. He's like, no way, it's not. I'm like, it's real, I promise. And so we ended up going. It's the first time that we've been there for Halloween. Because you hadn't been there for Halloween, right? Or you did? I don't remember.
Yeah, it wasn't last year. It was the year before, I want to say.
Okay. So, so we got there. We were going specifically just because this is something that's done every single year and we miss it every single year. For Thanksgiving, we drive up there.
But we drive up.
Right. You know, we drive up
we're
there
there
and
for a couple
Thanksgiving,
more days.
That's the thing that we do. So we've always been there for Thanksgiving, but not for Halloween. So.
And another plug while you're looking it up, right, for his channel. If people want to look it up. The thing is, he does a massive Halloween and Christmas display. And so much so that the news comes out and always does a story on him. I mean, the neighborhood, he looks like an attraction. Does he not?
He does.
And the big part of all of this is that he builds his own props. And in his channel, he shows you how to build these props, which are ridiculously insane. Like, I feel like he could be doing Hollywood props if he wanted to, but this is a side gig, which is even crazier.
So it's Isaac Alexander DIY.
Altogether.
Yeah, and Isaac is ISAAC. Alexander.
Oh, that's so kind of you to say that.
DIY. Yeah, because I always misspell it.
Oh, and I'm sure other people do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he shows you how to build all of these things step by step. And it's crazy because I feel like it's really something anybody can do. And obviously
he has so many cool things.
And the crazy thing is, as I'm talking about this, this is a side gig he does because he does have a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to be such a big deal, like, didn't he reach 1 million
Yeah, he just
subscribers or
100,000.
well, he's gotten a
And he's
million
got-
views.
Yeah, he's got the YouTube play button.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see what
I mean, it's a big deal. So it's the type of display that you dream of, and that's the thing is also right is he always talks about how
Yeah, he has over 100,000 subscribers.
he's wanted always to create a space that he would have wanted to have as a kid.
And the thing is that, like you said, he builds this stuff. This stuff comes out of his brain. I'm sure he's seen some videos and other stuff, but he takes all this stuff and he creates something more than what he saw. Like he improves it sometimes, or he just goes into more detail.
I just feel like even for me as his sister, it's seeing him do something, a talent I didn't even know he had, for him being so handy and being able to connect this to this or find new uses for what's that? The expanding foam. He loves the expanding foam. They should put his face on the expanding foam. Really, they should sponsor him.
What is it called? No, what's the?
It is expanding foam.
Yeah, I know it's expanding foam, but there's the great stuff.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Great stuff.
But it's funny because I know that they're
great stuff as seen on Alexander. Isaac Alexander DIY.
And that's what I was going to say. It's funny because there have been companies that have reached out to try to sponsor if you showcase our stuff. And he's been very honest with them saying, like, if I use your stuff and I like it, he's giving them a shout out without them giving him anything back. But he doesn't want to have to be forced to now, this is what I use. And it's funny because we were talking about Josh Allen, right? He's really a hot commodity right now. He's in every commercial right now. And it's, SoFi. Chicken wings or Pepsi.
What was the other one that we just saw him?
Something about a mattress.
Yeah, he was on the mattress one, but there was another one that just popped up that caught us. Was it Subway?
Oh,
I don't even know.
I don't know.
He just pops up. All of a sudden, he's on the screen and he's selling you something else. And it's like,
this is what I use. And it's like, but do you really?
Yeah, do you really use it?
Do you really use this? You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, just from seeing so many influencers on social media, they're telling you, this is what I use for my this and all stuff. And the thing is, that's a huge driving force for you to buy something.
Mm-hmm.
If I hear from someone else telling me, I've used this and it's worked, and that's something I'm looking for, man, like you're an actual person who's telling me that, right? But for a lot of these people, someone just gave it to them and said, hey, advertise my product and I'll pay for you, right? And sure, if you're a good salesperson, you can sell anything.
It's so hard. It's so hard nowadays to believe what you see because everything is so like all advertisement has changed. Like even movies have changed. Like, I was seeing so one of the movies that I enjoyed growing up was Wayne's World. And so it has Dana Carvey and Michael Myers. And it was a character that they did on Saturday Night Live. And they took it and they made a movie out of it. Right? And in the movie, they made... There's a bit about them advertising.
Oh, okay.
Okay? But they're making fun of how they advertise in movies. Because movies back in the 80s and 90s...
There's like a small pause while they're grabbing their cereal.
Like they're grabbing, their cereal and they like zoom in on the cereal, or they're drinking their Pepsi and it's like, whatever. So I'm going to show you the clip later.
Product placement.
It's so funny because they make it so
obvious.
It's like obvious, and it's right when the villain is trying to like, and they're like, oh, but hold on a second while I take a drink of my refreshing drink, and he pulls out a Pepsi. And he like points it so that you can see it, and he's like, so refreshingly crisp. And then it goes to the next guy, to Dana Carvey, and Dana Carvey's like, he's like, I just don't get it why people have to try and advertise in everything that they're doing. And as it's pulling back from him, he's got a Reebok headband, a Reebok hat, a Reebok jacket, a Reebok shirt, and it pulls back and it's Reebok on his pants and then on his shoes.
Oh my god.
And then it goes back to Michael Myers, and he's like, yeah, it's such a bad thing. I think it's time for a snack. And he pulls out a bag of Doritos, and he pulls out some Doritos. So he did the product placement in the movie, but he made it as a joke, mocking the product placement. You know, like that, I can take that advertisement and that's pretty funny, and be like, oh, I'll try Doritos, or I'll try Pepsi, or I'll try Reebok, or whatever, because the advertisement's not trying to be deceptive. Now the advertisement is deceptive, you know, and that's what I just don't buy.
And I know I've talked about this before, but the makeup ones are
Oh my
the
goodness,
worst.
the worst.
Okay, because they try. It's so funny. I just watched a recent one where somebody was putting on concealer or foundation. All right, and they were like, oh, this one from this brand, and it's a specific brand, right? This one, I'm shocked. I just put it on my face, and it just like it turns the color of your skin, sort of thing, right? And so, first of all, it's like this incredible amount of product you're putting on, right? And you put it on, and then they start blending, and they're like, look at this side, and now look at this side, and it's like, but wait, can we talk about the fact that you're filtered already?
Yeah.
Okay, you're showing me a makeup thing that you're advertising for, but your video is filtered already.
I wonder
How
what
can
it's
I
going to get
believe
to.
what it's?
I wonder what it's going to get to now with AI.
Well, it's even worse.
It's
now.
worse. I know, but what I'm saying is like I saw a video so on Joe Rogan, they were talking about how they're making these music videos in like old timey vibes with the new time music. 50 Cent music. They've done a couple of that with it. It's incredible. It's like, it's a good tune. It's all done by AI. And they were talking about how the on OnlyFans, what they're doing now is that it's a lot of just random people who are taking over these AI bots and then selling themselves as these young women or whatever.
I mean, in Joe Rogan, they talked about this.
That's insane. And
Yeah.
people are falling. People are falling. It's
and the
getting harder and
ethical-
harder.
Yeah.
Mike talked about that with me this past weekend when we were up in Epcot. He told me, he's like, Dad, it's getting hard for me to realize what is AI and what is not.
And this is so funny coming from him because I'm going to say maybe 3 years ago, maybe, but I'm going to say 2 years ago, I had a conversation with him about isn't AI
the Will Smith spaghetti?
Well, no, just like, isn't it scary that AI is going to be taking over and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, Mom, this is all AI can do. Do you know how many years into the future?
Yeah.
And for him to be in a space where you can't even tell, like, you just start thinking about when are laws going to be made about this? Because I'm trying to stay off of going down a road that really I don't want to introduce into our podcast, really. But just thinking about, you brought up OnlyFans, right? If you're just mimicking something, but AI is doing it, right? Then you could potentially, and they've already talked about, there's certain wants out there, right? Where you could now
fulfill those wants without
you actually breaking any law, but it's AI and
it's crazy.
And it's very scary.
And the thing is that AI responds back to you, giving you the prompts that you want. So now all you're doing is just increasing that.
Well, and think about, I'm saying, like, it's hard to talk all bad because there's so many useful things about it. Okay. Nikki was doing something for her work where they're doing a training binder, and they've taken images of register like screen, or when you input this in the computer, and you know how the computer gives you the little lines when you take a picture and all that stuff, right? And so she showed me, this is the image that I have, and I'm putting it through ChatGPT or Copilot. I don't know who it was that she was using. And she just said, remove the glare from this picture, remove the blur from this picture, sharpen up this image. And the new image you got is spectacular.
It's immaculate. It's immaculate.
Spectacular.
It's incredible what they can do.
You sent me a video about an accident, that happened. And it said it was only in Dade. But when they panned and they showed the ambulance did not look like it was a Miami-Dade County ambulance, nor did it look like an AMR ambulance. And I'm thinking, if this accident is as big as it is, it can't be AMR, right? So who is it? This isn't Dade, right? So I screenshot that panning, which is a bad image, and I asked Copilot, what is the inscription on the ambulance?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Miramar. And I was like, bro, this is what we used to watch in movies, where they would like put it through software recognition, whatever, enhancing, right? And then they'd like. And
what's the movie? The one that.
Minority Report.
Minority Report.
Okay, bro.
And in the movie, they were wrong. Remember?
Of course. But of course. And then there's like a whole bunch of videos going on right now about the AI helper, your new robot friend, and all that stuff. But the thing is, again, I don't even know if what I'm watching them showing me is real or not real.
Did you see the robot in China that they said everyone in the crowd was like fake, fake, fake? They were like, there's somebody inside that suit.
And they cut him.
And they cut it open to show that it wasn't.
But is it real? That's the thing.
It was real.
But
that was real.
But is that a real video?
Yes, that is confirmed real.
Because my thing is like, would they actually destroy their product?
All they took off was the.
Did you see the one that was running into the mirror?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a real video.
I don't know.
And that's the thing.
Destroyed half the house.
Now, let's go back to something that's very significant for our generation. Okay, 9/11. You could recreate something like that and spread panic, showing a crash, an attack.
Well, that's all you need.
Something, and it's not real.
Yeah. That's all you need is to create just a little bit of panic.
Somehow in our conversations, we always end up
in
AI.
AI.
Yeah. All right. So, ding, we're going to change subjects here, okay? Because there is one thing that when I talk about whose idea was this, there's one thing that's just a must.
Okay. Go.
So, we recently were at Best Buy. And when we came into Best Buy, there was such a nice young man.
When did we go to Best Buy?
Recently.
Oh, God, no.
Yes.
No.
Oh, yes.
No.
We have to.
I don't want to talk about this.
I know. You don't have to. You just have to listen.
Bro, no.
I need to get it out.
Then you make it quick?
I'm going to make it super fast.
Make it quick because you're going to ruin my day.
All right. So, he got into our ears, lobotomized our brain, and it doesn't matter. You agreed. That's the thing. Whose idea was this? It all goes back to
ear.
Okay. You said to do it quick. I'm trying not to make a long story.
But don't be putting false information.
I'm gonna take all the blame for it. Okay. For months, you have been complaining about how our bill from T-Mobile is too much, and I have been saying we should go shop around. Just so happens that we walk in this day, and this very nice young man says, "I can cut your bill in half." And I said, "Babe, we gotta do it." I said that. I said, "Babe, we got to do it. This is what you've been asking for." The universe has served it to us on a platter. It required us leaving T-Mobile, which T-Mobile, if you're listening, forever will be like, rue the day that you left T-Mobile. T-Mobile's the best. And I'm so sad that we have left. Especially since we're never coming back, because we're never leaving AT&T. Because somehow we've been sucked into a black hole that we can never leave. But that, I digress, is for another day. 7 lines to move over. And when I say it has been a nightmare, there's some
You can't
PTSD.
say it's been a nightmare.
Honey.
I can say it's been a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one who spent 9 hours. 11 hours on the phone trying to get things
in a week
resolved.
And still,
it was a part-time job.
There are things that are not resolved.
I know, because I can't do the other part until
I know.
The last bit.
I know.
And I'm not looking forward to it.
It has been the worst. Like, if I could give any advice to anybody right now, is 1, never ever switch your phone carrier at a Costco, at a BJ's, at a Walmart. No, you've got to do it in the store. It turns out we, at our age, learned life lessons we didn't even know we needed to learn, which is they don't work together.
Bro, the tensing in my neck.
They don't work
just
together.
Thinking about this
so
thing.
They just talk to each other through you, saying, no, go to them. No, go to them. No, we don't work together.
Horrible.
And so we're left with someone in another country who doesn't speak English, trying to understand us, by the way, repeating every single thing that we say. Because they're looking for their cue of how they need to respond, right? And then it's just endless wait time. I think throw that into the mix of everything that went on. I think our immune system was down from the stress, okay? Plus then all that happens.
No way.
But then it brought up a good question. So now I'm deviating into something else, okay? What has happened to customer service in America? Because I think that you will be with me when I think about, before I went to go get a job at Home Depot, I was dying to work at Sears, okay? To me, that was my dream job. I was working at a medical office at that point. And I didn't like it because just management was awful and I just wanted to get out, okay? And my dream was to work at Sears because growing up, I grew up going to Sears, getting the Sears catalog and just feeling like this was like luxury, and to think about working at Sears and being so refined and, how can... They had spaces where they would come and sit you down and pull out shoes and bring your foot to get measured so that it was like just the right thing. Bro, like they'd roll out the red carpet for you anywhere that you went.
A parallel. We went to the mall yesterday and we stopped at a shoe store. Okay. We went into the shoe store and we walked in. We went back to the area because I wanted to show you some shoes because you've been looking for a specific type of shoe. Took you right back over to that spot. I'm like this. And we were there for 5 minutes. There were people working because you see them walking around. And we walked in, did our little loop, walked out. And I said to you, the first thing I said to you, I go, how sad is it that we went into that store, walked in, went to look at shoes, got up, walked back out and left, and not one person said anything to us.
How crazy, right?
Horrible.
Because you and I remember the times where you would walk into Sears and all of a sudden you got somebody right here who's like, can I help you with anything? Can I help you find anything? And you're like, oh,
they must not work commission.
Well, okay. So I think a lot of that has been removed. Okay. Just like tips used to go to the person who just served you and now it's a communal tip. I'm sure that people have their own opinions about that.
Yeah.
But I feel like all these little things have driven down customer service in America. I remember that there used to be a time where that was, what was the first thing that you were told when you were hired somewhere? The customer is always right. It's not true. But that was the mentality
Yeah.
is you don't argue with the customer that you're wrong or anything. You just make it right for them. How many times did you tell me in retail that all you were there to do was just make the customer happy?
Yep.
It's not coming out of your bottom line. Make the
It took
customer
me
happy.
a long time to just adopt that. And once I wish I would have adopted it earlier.
Well,
Who
because there's a
cares?
certain sense of, well, that's not fair, right? These people are abusing the system or whatever. But now, all the videos that you watch are of employees getting into confrontations with them, staff at airlines, talking in ways that it's like, how is this even allowed,
Yeah.
right?
Well, when we went to get on the plane, they put up our boarding number, and we came up, and she's like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, our boarding. She goes, I haven't called it yet.
Oh my
And then
God,
she made us
yes.
step back.
No. Well, let's say the story right, okay? We're group number 5. Group number 5 is all waiting there. They've let group 4 go in, and now the 2 of them start having a conversation. They're just conversing. Mind you, the flight is late already, okay? And then someone in the crowd goes up to the desk and says, when are you calling the next number? And the lady goes, oh, yes, group number 5. So what happens? Group number 5 comes up. And that's when she said, oh, I haven't called you yet.
Yeah.
And then she took a 10-second heartbeat, And then it was like, where did we see that? Isn't there a movie where they do that, bro? There's so many movies where they do that.
Dumb. You can fill that one in.
Okay. But yeah, so this is customer service. And
the
then
AT&T conversation tensed my neck.
I know. Okay, but we're going away from it. So back to AI. All right. In the news, I saw that there's a hotel in Miami. I don't know which one.
Yes.
You've seen this.
What in the world is going on?
Wait, what did you see?
It's completely virtual. There's nobody there.
There's no one there for you to check in, but there is someone in India
Bro.
who gets on a screen
At $5
to
an
check
hour.
you in. I mean, it became about the bottom line. That's what happened. Everybody's trying to save $1 for their company.
Yep.
And so everything's being outsourced. And then, I mean, we could go into a rabbit hole of who's overseeing labor laws and are these people being compensated. But then there's such a need for jobs in our own country that could be there, but are not there because they're being outsourced. And for people who don't give 3 hoots about us, because let me tell you, what has been a standard growing up has been, you can go and complain in any restaurant, send your food back, my order is wrong, whatever. But you don't complain at a Chinese restaurant because they'll tell you, get out.
Yeah.
Because they don't operate with the
With that same
mentality
yeah.
of customer service is key. Okay. So now I got to shout out our AC maintenance company, Central Air. They are one of the few companies that we're operating with customer service at the forefront of everything that we do. I don't know if they're family owned. I don't know if that's the feel that it is, but the way that they work with you, I mean, they don't do stuff on Saturdays. They don't do maintenance on Saturdays, but they do maintenance for us on Saturdays. We don't know anybody over there at all. But when they
Who'd
came,
you flutter your eyes to?
flutter your eyes. Listen, when they came here the very first time, and they told us about, we have, a twice a year plan where we come and we do all this stuff for you. This is how much it is. We were like, yeah, we want to do that, but we're not available during the week. I said, don't worry. We'll fit you in on Saturday.
Hold on.
Nobody does this anymore.
So shout out to Central Air, but I'm going to throw this out there too. If you're in a service business, okay? If you're in a service business, you've got to be weekend available.
Unless you're a family business.
No, I'm forget the family business. It doesn't matter. If you are in a service type of a business, you need to be available on the weekend. People work. Okay?
Yeah.
And even if you have a 9 to 5 job or an 8 to 4 job in Miami, that means you left your house at 6 in the morning and you're coming back at 7. So there is no time to do anything Monday through Friday. Okay? Because how many times have we had like, oh yeah, I can go and do a proposal, but it has to be on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Tuesday at 9 a.m. I'm working. You know, the deliveries with the
Hey, there's so many layers I skipped.
I don't want to talk about this.
Hey, wait, the advice was
Okay.
don't ever do that.
I know.
Stay with your carrier.
Yes.
Don't.
The
grass is not greener.
The deliveries for the phones, because they upgraded our phones, okay, from UPS, you can't pick a time. You can't go pick them up anywhere. They only deliver it. And they're like, we'll be there between 10 and 3. Right? Or we'll be there between 2 and 6. So you hurry up and you get home between 2 and 6. And then they deliver it at 10 o'clock at night. What in the world?
Or
they just don't show
deliver
up
at all. And
Or they
you
don't-
took the time off of work. You see? You're giving yourself tension.
No.
So I'm just thinking, like, shout out to all the businesses that still want that to be a highlight of their business. Is you're going to feel the difference with us because it's customer service. I feel that customer service may have been taken for granted at some point in our generation.
There's going to have to be a shift somewhere.
I don't think so, because if our shift is towards AI, who are you going to complain to? You right now, what happens when you call any company? It's all automated and you have to say human. Okay, but before I transfer you to a human, tell me what.
Human. That's that's why I do it.
I can see you getting hyper.
Yes.
I can see it. Let me bring you down. Okay. The shift is not going back to customer service. The shift, sadly, is just going to automation, bro. Automation. And so, you know what? I think
we'll save money on tips.
There is a novelty that's sort of popping up right now on doing things the old-fashioned way. Old-fashioned toys, old-fashioned decor.
Oh, that was cool though. We went to Walmart yesterday, and we were buying some stuff for the kids. And
that's right. Fisher Price brought out.
They have like a whole section that it's all the old, like the old toys, like the what is it, the viewfinder, the little red one. They had the one where you pull a string and it like spins around, and it's like the old McDonald whatever going through it. And then they just had like some of these old nostalgic toys. We went nostalgic yesterday talking about cartoons too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then you sent me the video where people are now decorating their house like it's
for the 90s. Yeah.
So maybe maybe that'll be our saving grace. I don't know.
So crazy, right? Because I guess to close, I got had with something from Back to the Future on the dates.
Oh yeah. That's funny.
Someone changed it to 2025 and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like we're now in that space of the future, and I was like, told me I think it was 2015. So that was 10 years ago that we reached the future.
You sent me a text and you're like, "We're living in the future." And I was like, "No.
It's been a while.
Sorry."
So crazy. Okay, but it looks so real, right? And I'm thinking, in everything that you see, the idea of the future was that we were going to be further ahead. And yet, I think that as people see what is further ahead, right? While there are great things that can be accomplished with technology and all that stuff, there is a desire for, wait, let's not lose what we had before, because it just feels like the key things that are important, like all the investors, they're loving this because this is what's going to make them money, but it's more than that, right? If you're going to be a repeat customer somewhere, there has to be something that keeps bringing you back.
Yeah.
And it isn't,
something's got to give.
Or we're just going
to have to take it.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
That's a terrible, no.
That's the way to end.
No. Whose idea was this?
All right, so we'll end this way. Thank you for the podcast, because it's so amazing. Thanks for watching it. And, if you like it and stuff, just do the click.
No. Yep. That's terrible.
Okay, so how do we end it?
Well, it's the holidays. It's the most wonderful time of the year, yeah?
Mm-hmm. We're decorating Christmas this upcoming weekend.
Which we're super late.
No, I think we're perfect.
Why?
Because last year we put it up way too early.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We like to enjoy it.
I know. I'm trying to make myself feel better
all right,
for not doing it when we were supposed to.
Oh, okay. So let me put out this here for our listeners to... Too bad you can't put a poll.
For what?
On our channel. Like when you click on it for you to answer a poll question. You can't do that on YouTube.
I have no idea.
You can do so many other things. You can't do that.
I'm sure you can. I'll ask your brother. Maybe he can tell me.
Because I would love to know who is a November 1st decorator versus who needs to wait for after Thanksgiving meal in order to start with the holiday decorations. Because you can tell in our neighborhood. Well, and that's what we were discussing, is that there was a time when we would wait until Thanksgiving. And I was just telling one of my sisters right now.
Black Friday morning, we would go get our tree.
Or even after after Thanksgiving. Yep. But it's because that's when the trees become available. But so now, it kind of forces you.
Now we have a artificial tree.
Which looks better. Can we give a shout out to King Christmas?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, King Christmas, for saving me $300 every single year.
Let me tell you. Also, yeah, the trees got ridiculously expensive. After COVID, they don't even smell. I don't even know if these are real trees. They may just be apparitions. I don't even know.
Spray painted with a little bit.
Okay, they don't smell at all and they dry up super fast. And we would go get them local, but I don't know where they were getting their trees from. But King Christmas, beautiful flock tree. It's beautiful. Amazing. Beautiful especially tree. Now that our kids are not home. We really were doing it mostly for them.
Bro, we decorate more than when the kids were home. Different.
But think about this. The decorations didn't just appear from today to tomorrow. It's been a gradual, right? So as more years go by, more decorations.
I guess.
You see, so.
I guess.
But anyway.
Anyways, you ready to enjoy the rest of our Sunday?
We are ready. We are ready. We hope that everyone is sat and ready for our podcast today. Have you heard how the young kids are saying it nowadays?
I'm sat and ready.
You're sat and ready. So be sat and ready.
Yeah, but that's something you would say at the beginning.
We would. But we started in the beginning like, hi.
Hi. Hi. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the episode. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye now.
What is the next one? Thanksgiving? Not yet. Right? Not yet.
No, there's one more.
There's one more, and then we're driving off to the land.
And then we can talk about that next week.
That's true. Okay.
The next one actually comes out on Thanksgiving.
Yes. Awesome.
On
so
Thanksgiving
next
day, you will have a podcast.
oh my God, on Thanksgiving Day, you're going to have a podcast and we're going to dress up like pilgrims and Indians, yeah?
No.
I'll be Pocahontas. You
Goodbye.
be John Smith.
Be done. Be gone. See you
Be
guys next
stat
time.
and ready.
Say bye.
Bye.